Okay, so I had to take notes on this one because I wasn't familiar with any of this. I legitimately I'm talking about this stuff, but I've never heard of this before. So we're gonna start at the top. One of the creators that I follow, Destiny Ute, I've talked about her channel before here. Like maybe I should actually. Okay, I'm gonna start this video with like a list of like maybe the 5 Black female content creators that I follow that I follow content creators that they talk about the other things happening in the ecosystem. So that's why like I can pinpoint from their videos like topics that are in my realm, and then I always tag the specific piece of content that they made that I'm interested in. But a lot of it I watch, I just don't cover it because I don't care. It's not like something that I care about, but it always keeps me informed. Anyway, so Destiny Ute covered this, and she brought up like 6 people that I didn't know, but one person that I did know. So let's start with the brand trip. So it looks like there's some brand called Tartine. Now Tartine had an influencer trip, and this girl Bria Jones went on the influencer trip, and she had a moment where she was like, yo, they're treating me different because I'm a Black influencer. Like they put her in a different hotel, they gave her a different itinerary. Now, if you're following this channel, it might be interesting to understand like when this has happened before. Kiana Naomi has also covered this. Like she went on a couple brand trips and she was like, it was kind of weird. They are always treating like Black influencers different than they're treating everyone else. And Kelly Stamps just posted a video about how like Kelly Stamps literally Italy did a brand trip with influencers and did not invite Kelly Stamps. I personally went to Brazil and went to Italy for 6 days in a row, and that trip was directly inspired by Kelly Stamps. Kelly Stamps has probably brought that company at least, like personally, like at least like $2 or $3 million in income, because like she is literally she's made a direct conversion to like customers. So for them to not invite her to a brand trip, something is not clean in the water. That's all I can say there. But that's insane. So Bria Jones, I definitely believe her. Bria Jones is the type of person who I feel like I would run across in real life. So this is why I personally follow her content, right? And she's made some other videos in the past that I thought were interesting. But she kind of did a pivot more recently that's kind of about, it's not just personal development. I don't really know how to describe the pivot that she's done. But I saw that she made a video recently that was like some brand or something messing up her ideal brand deal. Maybe she's covering this. I really don't know. But like anyway, so let's go back. So Destiny Ute is covering this girl, Fanita. So it looks like when Bria Jones makes a video about how she's being treated differently on this influencer trip, they literally send Bria home and bring in this girl, Fanita. So Fanita is another content creator. So she comes in and she's doing Blackistance shit basically. So she's like, no, it's all good. Like they're not treating the Black people differently. But I'm thinking, just from what I can gather thus far, so Fanita was a fat Black content creator. And recently, Fanita lost a bunch of weight, so now Fanita believes that she's a baddie. We're just gonna say that. Fanita believes that she's a baddie. Some of y'all believe that she's a baddie, so I'm not gonna impose my own personal beliefs because this is not a bash Fanita, like, lie. Anyway. So then Destiny Ute includes a bunch of like clips where Fanita is like giving commentary, and Fanita had to read. Like the things that Fanita said are so fucking true. Like I've actually there was a point at the end of her video where she says like, y'all have never seen intersectionality like this, and I wrote that shit down, bro, because intersectionality is something that like Black women in general experience intersectionality in a way that nobody else understands, because it's like you're not just feminine, you're not just a woman, you're not just Black. And then here's the tea. Fanita said that when she was Black and she was fat, The people who were in her comments dogging her ass out were black men. And Fanita, bitch, like, this one is for you. Oh my god. I can't describe it. Like, the black men are down bad. Like, it's like they think that there's someone else. So now she's saying, like, Fanita is like, well, now that I'm a baddie, now these men are trying to, like, contact me, but they're like, I will never go out with them because they're awful. And I was there when they were awful. And I'm just saying, like, it's not the shit that's, like, really awful. I don't feel like I have personally experienced, like, the degradation and the mean comments that I have seen black men give to other black women. And I can only imagine. This is another comment that Fanita said. She said, black men and fat jokes are like, she said, like, you know, pancakes on syrup or something. It was like handshake. And oh my God. Just imagine being like a flat black woman and then being on the receiving end of, like, the black men and the fresh and phony fat jokes. Like, there's no hell that burns hotter than that. Like, she got the short end of the stick to the max. Like, I couldn't even imagine. Like, I could, in my wildest dreams, like, I would never wish that hell on anyone. Because those incels are brutal. They don't stop. They're like 24/7. They just comment, they manifest their way into your comment section. You literally, every video that I make, I'll be like, here's the pretext. This video is for black women. You will have some black man in your video telling you how to talk. Like, sir, this video is not for you. I literally put in the comments, this is not for you. Please don't watch. And they will still come. Why won't y'all leave us alone? Just leave. Just go. There's a Becky. She's waiting for you. Get the fuck out of my comments. You know, like, they won't though. They'll stay and you'll be like, I don't understand. Like, I asked you to leave. So I could only imagine what Fanita went through, but God, like, God. It must have been hell. It just, I feel for her, and like, I feel for her in my soul in a way that I couldn't. It would be very difficult for me to, like, explain the empathy that I feel for her there. But then she also talked about some other stuff. She was like talking to the men in her comment sections, and she was like, sir, your little boy doesn't want Lunchables anymore. He wants steak and potatoes. And I think that's when I let out a stomach laugh, because that was funny as fuck. Here's the premise. Like, to all the men who keep making fun of the cat women, don't y'all realize that, like, the cats are eating so well? They've got Purina Plus plans, Veterinary Pro, like, their cats are eating better than your child. My cat is eating better than your child, sir. He goes to the vet very often. He goes on walks every day. He has a stroller and friends, a community, and Instagram page. I don't know why the men think they're, like, saying something by being like, the cat women are down bad. Like, kind of the cat women are winning. Like, you can literally have your stilettos and your kittens at the same fucking time. We're like Cruella de Vil in a red bottom. Just make it make sense. That's not a slur. Oh God, that's not a slur. I will take Cruella de Vil in a stiletto and a red bottom any day of the week. Give me that. I'll take that. I don't know. I don't know. I have never heard of these content creators until today, but I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I did, because, like, it is. Here's another thing. I heard someone respond to. So it sounds like Fanita has been making a series of response videos, like, day after day, where she's, like, giving her takes on stuff. And people are like, she's in a manic episode. She's going crazy. She's having a mental health break. No, she's not. What she's actually doing is she's not curating her posts like all of the other content creators are. And instead, she's speaking off the fucking whim and speaking her mind which she has a lot to say because like she has like thousands of comments and thousands of people commenting on her shit right now. So there's a lot of things to respond to, and she's actually responding to all of them. So that takes a lot of time. Some of y'all just don't have other people saying your name enough to like have responses to it. But if you actually had people talking shit about you the way that these people talk shit about, you know, some other people, you'd be surprised about how many fucking comebacks you have when people actually have their name in your mouth. Like, I can speak to that. And it gets really hard because, like, how do you call somebody out when they are talking like third person? Like they're whispering shit to other people, gossiping, and like the sixth person gossip gets back to you. How do you respond to them? Like, I heard what you said about me. You just put out a video where you kind of try to address all of the claims, but when there's so many claims, some of y'all don't have these problems, and good for you. I'm glad that you don't have them. I wouldn't wish these problems on anyone because they are not like positive problems to have. They're difficult problems to have. Because one thing I do know is like bitches will gossip. Bitches will gossip. They will gossip, and you'll be like, why? Like nobody said anything about you, sir, ma'am. Nobody is thinking about you, and still. They will be talking about you. You'll be like, why? Why? You stop talking about me. But they will.